The Clinton camp, they seem to love this, especially the big dog himself, Bill Clinton. 2016, here we come. And joining me now, CNN's chief political analyst, Gloria Borger, BuzzFeed's senior political writer, McKay Coppins. Good to see both of you. McKay, what was your reaction when that story crossed yesterday? The Rove brain damage, maybe.
Well, what's funny is you're right that a lot of Republicans haven't joined the bandwagon because they think it's too early to be engaging in this kind of stuff, and B, they know that it can backfire easily. That said, he may have been the most prominent Republican to say this publicly, but I've talked to a lot of Republicans on background and off the record, and some Democrats who have raised these questions and these issues, not on the public stage. So I think that this is going to be an issue that continues to trail the Clintons as they head toward 2016. Yeah. The question is, how are Republicans going to handle it in front of the cameras?
And if she just keeps going like the Energizer Bunny. But here's, Gloria, let's watch Bill Clinton today handle this, and got a few laugh lines out of it. Listen.
First of all, I got to give him credit. You know, that embodies that old saying that consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds. First they said she faked her concussion, and now they say she's auditioning for a part on The Walking Dead. Now they say she's really got brain damage.
You think they're just
if
trying
she does, then I must be in really tough shape because she's still quicker than I am.
Do you think this is their way of inserting her age or her physical capabilities into the 2016 debate?
I don't know, but if it is, you can't be too upset about it. It's just the beginning. They'll get better and better at it. I mean, you know, I'm still waiting for him to admit there was nothing to Whitewater.
Gloria, what's the discussion like in the Clintons' house up there?
You know, here's the thing. If you get in trouble or you have a problem or somebody attacks you, you don't want anybody other than Bill Clinton defending you, right? Because he did it with exactly the right tone. I mean, Hillary Clinton gave a speech, did not mention it. Bill Clinton was the chosen surrogate. He did it with humor. He tried to belittle Karl Rove. He tried to belittle the entire story with some success. And he also, in Bill Clinton's own way, gave us a little news because they're going to get better at it. I think that presumes that perhaps Hillary Clinton is actually running. And also, he told us a little bit more about what Hillary Clinton went through. He said it took 6 months of very serious work to deal with the ramifications of her fall, which I don't think is something I'd ever heard before. So, you know, he admitted that she had had a problem, but then he said, you know, if she's got some problems with her brain, then I don't see it because she's quicker than I am.
Well, how do you account for Rove's timing on this? What do you think his motivation is?
For Karl's motivation?
Yeah.
I think this may have happened at a speech that he gave that he didn't anticipate was going to be on tape, but I do believe that what happens in campaigns, and I think this week shows us that we're starting a new, believe it or not, aggressive phase of the 2016 campaign. We haven't even had the midterms. I know, I'm sorry to say that. But I think what happens in campaigns is that you start narratives about candidates early on. John Kerry was an elitist. Mitt Romney, remember, didn't pay his taxes or didn't care about the poor. Hillary Clinton, maybe this is another way of talking about her age, or maybe she's not up to the job. So you kind of bury it early on, and then it gets out there in the ether and the echo chamber, and it continues.
Yeah, I remember something about that. So on the other side, McKay, Chris Christie said today he does not think Bridgegate will impact his political future. He says he's still thinking about the presidential run. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he has no choice other than to say that, of course. He's not going to say, yes, that was the end of my career. I think that...
But he can be less committal about, you know...
Sure, of course.
He could knock it down more.
Well, I think that what we should be looking for as we go forward is, you know, how many Republicans in the establishment, particularly big donors, the money crowd, the people who were Chris Christie's biggest champions, this scandal came to view. What are those people going to think of Chris Christie in 6 months or so? After the midterms, are they going to say, you know what, maybe we should give this guy a second chance? Because really the establishment has so far failed to, bring up another champion as high profile and talented and articulate as Chris Christie. You've seen Marco Rubio, Scott Walker, Jeb Bush, all these names have floated around. But Chris Christie, at his best, is very politically talented. The question is, will the GOP establishment get over Bridgegate and give him the money he needs to really drive into a Republican primary?
And what do you hear, Gloria, about Jeb Bush, his enthusiasm?
Look, I think after Chris Christie had all of his problems, that there were a lot of funders out there who suddenly became very interested in Jeb Bush because more than anything else, they want to win. And they want somebody who can be an inclusive candidate. What they liked about Christie is that, you elect presidents in reaction to the one that went before. So if Barack Obama is cool and no drama Obama and a little bit more of the academic, Chris Christie is the truth teller in your face. If it suddenly turns out that Chris Christie is not the truth teller that they thought he was, then they start looking elsewhere.
Right.
But Jeb Bush carries a lot of other baggage. So they're going to have to see how he conducts himself, what happens with the Christie investigation. I think what this does is makes the establishment kind of hold back a little bit more to see how this all plays out rather than committing early.
But not us. We're talking about it, and there's 798 days to go.
I tell you, having Bill Clinton back there was just like old times.
Yeah, it's all right. It's fun to watch.
Yep.
Gloria Borger, McKay, Coppins. Great to hear from you guys. Thanks for being with us. We come back. We got a miracle baby.